Right, what's up YouTube? We're making a video about this topic, right? So, this is a PSA card, right? And I had this on eBay for like, I don't know, £26, right? And I had a watcher on it, then I got a watcher on it, then I got a watcher on it, and then I got another watcher on it, and then I got another watcher on it, and then another watcher on it, and then another watcher on it, and I got 8 watchers, right? So I was like, right, will this item sell? So eventually it sold, right? I have 3 copies. I have maybe a couple more of these, right? So this is a 9, right? It's not a perfect 10, but, you know, that's the risk. That it's a mint card, right? A gem mint card is something that you don't come across all the time, right? Most of the time, your card is going to be a 9, right? That's why a gem mint 10 is usually like a super pristine card. Like Dragon Ball Z, for example, yeah? It's Japanese, it's made in Japan. You know, they know what they're doing, right? So the reason why I'm making this video, the logic behind spending the money on this. Right, so basically, right, let's just get a piece of paper. Right. Let's just, oh, not that one. Right. Right, let's just get a piece of paper. Right. Got an envelope, because this is what we like, postcards in. Right, these are the ones I'm using, right? So, let's say this card is £26, right? £26, right? This is what you're paying for this item. If you want this card and you're on YouTube, right, and you want to buy off me, send me a message on Instagram, right, and I'll sell it you for 25, right? Because I'm not putting this card on eBay. There's just no point, right? The logic behind people, right, is just fucking stupid, right? So your average grading fee is a lot, right? Then you got your eBay fee, and you're walking away with like £5, right? After, and that's not even including like the base shipping of like buying from PSA, shipping to PSA, and getting your fucking item back and whatever. Because the first card, you literally make fucking nothing on it, right? So £25, right? If you want it, go to my Instagram, joeg_cards, right? And there's my Instagram, right? So listen, you can go to the shop, the supermarket, right? And what did I say to my mate the other day? I said, right, so you could buy, what did I say to him? I had a perfect fucking way to like burn away this one. That was it, right. So the average smoker who smokes fags, right? So I was behind a guy in the shop and he spent £13.50 on a pack of cigarettes, yeah? So he bought £13.50, right, for a pack of cigarettes, right? And then they bought a scratch card at £5, right? £5, right? And they bought like 2 chocolate bars, which are like, what, 90p each, right? So let's say 90p each, right? Plus 90p, right? So 90p and 90p. So this guy has equivalently spent, right? That's 180, right? And then you go £18.50, right? So you're £18.50. Then you got, that's 30, right? So that makes 19. That's £20, 30p, right? So he's ultimately spent £20 already, right? He's bought a pack of cigarettes, a fucking scratch card for £5 or 90p, right? So let's say on the scratch card he's lost, right? So he's lost. He's got no way to recover his fucking money, right? The £13.50 on the fags, well, he can't sell the fag packet, right? And he smoked all the fags. So he can't sell the nub ends of the fags because nobody wants them, right? Nobody's going to want the cigarette packet, right? So he can't sell the packet, right? So that complete money is lost, right? So when he eats the chocolate bars, the money is gone, right? The money is gone. It's completely unrecoverable. There's nothing, no way you can recover the money. Right, so the logic, right, now let's say he goes back to the shop later on, and let's say he buys a packet of crisps for £1, right, he buys a drink, like a Monster for £1.50, right, they're not even £1.50 now, they're like £1.75, and then let's say he buys 2, right, he buys 2 because he's having a long day, right, he's going back after his long day, right, he's forgot, right. So you're in this same scenario, right? You're in this same scenario, right? He spent £3, £4.50, £5, right? So now I spent £5. So he spent the total of the fucking item price, right? Consumables, yeah? He's drank the fucking, the can, yeah? He's chucked it in the bin. He smoked the fags, he chucked it in the bin. He's scratched the scratch card, he didn't win anything, he chucked it in the bin, right? And people moan about paying 25 quid for a fucking PSA card. Like, where's the logic in that, right? Because ultimately you can buy this, right? And let's say, for example, less and less copies get graded over time, right? Because, you know, the cards are played, they're mint, people maybe go out of business, people may not grade as many cards, right? People might stop grading cards. Like, my opinion right now is that's what kind of I'm probably going to do pretty soon. Like, I'm going to stop grading cards. The reason why is because nobody wants to pay for them. Nobody wants to pay for them unless it's not giving them a feeling, right, of satisfaction. They're not actually spending their money on this stuff, right? They do not give a shit. Right now, Eevee is one of the most popular cards, and when it's taking you 2 to 3 months to sell one of these at even £25, you think, bro, how much do you want that item for? Like, you have to ship this item. So let me just do a breakdown, right? So let's say we're selling it through privately. We're selling it to someone £25, right? We've still got to ship the item to wherever they are, unless you're selling it for cash. Unless you're giving it to someone with, you know, equivalent of exchange, right? You're giving it to them, they're giving you cash, right? That's going to be your best option. But most of the items that you don't sell like that. You have to send through the mail or use a third-party service. So they want a transaction fee or a cut off the money, right? So, you know, you're paying £3.5 for signed for post, right? That's not including your bubble mailers that you've had to put it in, right? So some people buy £1 bubble mailers from like the post office or whatever because they might only need one. So they might only send £1. Most people buy, like, you can buy a bulk up to like 10 pence, but we'll say the average cost of bubble mailers is like 50p. If you're using 2, it's not that, it's like usually 25. But the way that the thing is they're going up right now. Like, they're actually going up, and I can see the price being put, because I've seen a lot of eBay people, yeah, that have been selling these, raising the price. The only people that I buy off have not raised the price a lot, right? They've raised it a little bit, but they've not raised it as much as everyone else. So they're trying to still take the market share of this item, right? So you're losing £3.50 on this item. You're going to lose an eBay fee. So your eBay fee is like probably like £4.50 on this one, probably, or £4.85. So I would say your eBay fee is like £4.85, right? Which is on these cards. And if you don't believe me, right, sell an item and go check your transaction fee, and it'll be this, because it's ridiculous, right? So then your grading fee is like 15 quid, right? Your grading fee really works out to be like £15 when you're, depending on how many cards you do. And, you know, if you know what I mean, it's like, if you're not hitting, they don't do the rates no more. Like, you know, they don't do bulk rate. They do, like, it's a standard charge, right? So, you know, this is why it's shit, right? So the 15 quid, right, you're paying, like, say, you know, you can pay 14, but it's usually 14 to 15 pound is what it is, right? So it's nearly touching 15 quid a card, right? So you've bought the card, right? If you buy the card for £1, right? So if you buy the card for £1, you've got 16 quid, right? Then you've got 4.85, right? Then you've got £3. You're probably netting like 2 quid, right? You're probably coming out with 2 quid, right? So that's like 19, that's 22, right? That's 22, 23.50 pound, right? So you're ultimately making £1.50, right? But the respect of the video is, yeah, this item is going to be with you for as many years as you keep this item, right? So if the price of this item, yeah, appreciates, this item has the ability to appreciate in price, right? So it could be flat at £25, right? Then a 10 could go up to £90. Then the 9 may go up to £30. All right, it's gone up £5. It's an investment, right? But it could automatically go up to £40. 5 years later, it could have gone up to, say, £60 or whatever for that card as inflation's kicked in. But it was really worth, like, you know, probably without the inflation, it was probably worth 40 or something. So you've still made a gain, right? Still made a gain, right? But the thing is, right, like, this is what I don't get with people. They're so quick to get rid of expendable money, right? But they don't buy something. Like, you can give this to your kid. Like, you could die at the age of 70 and give this to your child or something. And it's like, do you know, like I said, right? I'm selling these. I'm selling this stuff off, right? And I'm buying this, right? I'm buying Bitcoin because, you know, considering the fiat money, yeah, cannot be printed forever, right? There's no way that they can keep the scam going on forever, right? The currency is a scam, right? It's the biggest Ponzi scheme that they've ever created, right? Let's put it that way. Because the bank makes the money, right? Let's do it like American Federal Reserve, right? The Federal Reserve, right? The Fed, right? The government, right? The government, right? If they loan the government 20 million, they want 22 million back. But the problem is there's no more money in circulation because these are the guys that print the money, right? So ultimately, the way they pay the interest back is to take another loan off the Fed. So if they take 20 million back, they give them 4 back out of that. Now they've got 16. But this one's got interest on it, yeah? So then this one's got another 10 million interest on it. So they have to take another loan from the Fed. And then they have to pay it back again, right? So you see the cycle, yeah? You see what happens. The debt gets even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger till the fucking balloon is about the size of a nuclear gigantic ocean, of the biggest of the Atlantic Ocean of the sea. This is how big the bubble is, yeah? Someone comes along with a pin and pops the bubble, boom, everything's done, it's finished, yeah? Because this is how the money system works, right? They can't pay back the debt because the inflation of the debt is added on top. Just like the Bank of England, yeah, right, does the same thing to our government, right? Because the Bank of England is owned by an entity or a corporation, right, that's not even in England. The Bank of England isn't even on England. The bit around it is actually a private island, right, around the Bank of England, so it's actually classed as a separate place. Do you know what I mean, right? And they loan this money, right? And they loan this money, 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 right? And they can't pay it back, right? This is why inflation of a can of pop goes from £1.50 to £2. Then it goes to £5, and then people go, I'm going to buy that. Business closes. Problem solved. You know, people gone, right? So this is my video, right? And this is explaining how it is. So the way I see it, right? How can you not justify having this item? It's like buying this, right? You buy this, right? And you buy it, right? To watch. It lasts us forever. If you have this till you're dead, right? It lasts us forever, right? It's made of stainless steel. It's not going to break, right? You're not going to break it, right? It's got sapphire glass on it. You're not going to break it, right? So this is the thing. You've got to learn on what assets are, right, to consumables, right? These are things you can't get your money back from. If you buy this, you can always get your money back out of it by selling it to somebody else, right? So even if you get your money back, right, as long as you got your money back or you made an investment, right? If you buy Bitcoin at 13,000, right, and it goes to 30,000, look at the difference over the year. What's Pokemon been doing? No one's even spending money on it. No one's buying anything. Everyone's so obsessed with the new cards coming out. And then they have all these cards that they can't do nothing with, right? So basically that's my video. Thanks for watching. And if you watch the video, then you'll see how it is. But basically we're buying Bitcoin, right? Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.